Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tayler Yarish Show. It is right now Sunday, May 8th, but the 9th. When you're listening, it's Mother's Day. Need to call my mother after this. She's probably listening to this anyway. Yes, it is. It is Mother's Day. There is a flour shortage. Apparently, there's a. I don't know. It's probably Russia. I don't know whose fault it is. It's probably Russia. You know, it all trickles down from Russia. You know, because the gas and the oil, and then the trucks can't go to the valley where the flowers grow and pick up the thing, and then go back to something else and. It all comes from fucking gas. Everything stems from the natural resources, I think. You're seeing that with apartments are just fucking skyrocketing in New York, like the rent. My buddy, I have a few people that I know who live in Manhattan. Like, my buddy's rent, it went up by $1,200. I think that's illegal. That's probably a law somewhere that no one will look up, and nobody will, nobody's going to check them on that. What, are you going to take me to court? No, you're not. You can't afford to do that. Every landlord is basically just following the fucking Trump plan of just, hey, I'm going to fuck you over, and then if you sue me, I'll sue you until you have no money, and then you got to drop the case, and that's pretty much what's going to happen. Like, what's he going to fight his landlord? I think there's a law that you can't increase over like 5% or something like that. But again, I don't know. I'm not a lawman. I don't have a lawyer. I don't think so. If you have a phone, you have a lawyer. What was that? Who had those? I recognize that's a thing that's in my head. I don't know who it's for, but I'm sure if I Googled it, if you have a phone, bam, there it is. You have a lawyer. Ah, man, wait. Trademark, Science and Kirk. Bam. If you have a phone, you have a lawyer. What a fucking banger that was, Salino and Barnes, injury attorney. Wait a minute. Dude, that shit bumps. Somebody should make a remix of that. You think anyone's made a remix? Salino and Barnes. Oh, I spelled Salino wrong. Salino and Barnes remix. Oh, please. Please hold on. Let me hook up the motherfucking... That would be unbelievable if we're going to unpair my phone here. Actually, you know what? No. Let's hold on. Pausing for technicalies. I have to see if somebody made a fucking remix of this thing. I mean, that'd be legendary. Legendary. Broadcaster Pro. Come on. I know you want to. Pausing, folks. Yeah, that would be, Selena Bond, let's see. Celino and Barnes remix. Let's see what we got. Pause for the ads. Fucking hate the ads on the goddamn YouTube, but what can you do? Right. Here we go. Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right. Doesn't slap quite as hard as I thought it would. I feel like it's building up to something. It's got to be. Okay. Okay. Everybody now. That's a weird drop. Ah, fuck. That's a weird beat drop. I didn't quite like that. Let's see about this one. All right, here we go. Ew. No, come on. There's got to be something better. Okay. What up? Let's go. Okay. I don't hate it. Dude, the internet is just undefeated. You know what I mean? I mean, if you can dream it, it's out there, you know? Salino and Barnes. Oh, God. I have no idea why I even brought that up. Or, oh, yeah. Lawyers being sued, your landlord, gas, Russia. Got it. We're back on track. How did I even... Oh, and then Russia, and then the flowers, and then Mother's Day because it's Sunday. Here we go, folks. 6 minutes into the podcast. Went off the rails. Back on the rails. What's going on, everybody? Fucking kooky times that we're living in. Babies are getting born, you know, because of the whole... I don't know what's really going on with this whole Roe v. Wade thing. I don't know, like, is it 100% overturned? Is it just suggested? Was there a couple justices who were like, maybe, what if we did this? What if we... Because, like, even a suggestion, when you get to the level of the Supreme Court, I got to imagine even, like, a suggestion has to be made into some sort of formal legal document, you know? You can't, like, text the group chat, like, yo, what if we overturn Roe v. Wade? You know, it's got to be more formal than that. They got to set up a whole proposal and, you know, pass it around to a bunch of people, which them, you know, and then they made it, and then it got to one person's hands, and they were like, oh, I have never, and then, you know, they took a picture of it and leaked it to, you know, the Politico or whatever. It's unbelievable how much government, like, you watch, like, House of Cards, and you're like, this is not that different. Ah, fuck, hold on. God damn it. Hold on. We're gonna custom. Let me call you back. Shit. God damn it. I'm a terrible son. That was my mom. What can you do? What was I just fucking saying? Government, yeah, it's like House of Cards. It is, because you know the person that leaked this was just like, this is the only way that we're going to get this thing stomped into the ground, is if the whole world fucking, you know, hears about it and freaks the fuck out. And it's just like, it's cool to know that, like, that's how it works. It's like backdoor, you know, shit that happens. And yeah, people have not been taking it well, and it's you know, it's a very scary thing. I don't really know what all of Roe v. Wade entails. I know that abortion is a big part of it. I don't know how far it stems in terms of, like, you know, Planned Parenthood and what you can get for health and all that shit. I mean, from what I've heard, it doesn't sound great that they want to do this. But I feel like they've always they've probably wanted to, right? They just didn't have the opportune. And then, of course, this all stems back to, I guess, the judges that Donnie T put in the place. And I don't know. This is just not one that I've been super following. And so, therefore, I don't feel like I can put my... you know, voice out there and speak about it. The only comment I've made, I said this on stage, people weren't happy, is that I think that this whole thing has been a very nice distraction from Ukraine, because that was getting to be a bit much. So, it's nice to have something else to be angry about. I wish it wasn't this. I wish it was something else, but, we don't get to choose what we're outraged over. Yeah, there's many, many rallies and protests happening, and we love a protest in this country. We love to just get a fucking sign, and, you know what would be a great... Because I've always had, this is not an original thought, but I've always had this thought of, like, we have all these protests in this country, like, whoever's making the signs, whoever's, like, in the sign game is just killing it right now. They're just, they're making so much money selling signs and shit. That's definitely not an original thought, but maybe this is. They should have, somebody should just make a sign that instead of like a cardboard thing where you got to make a new one every time, you got to have a new design, just have it be like a whiteboard. You know what I mean? Then whatever thing is at the current moment, you could just wipe it away, like it's a math problem on a chalkboard or something. Then you can reuse the same sign, because it's getting to be a point where they're happening so often where just from like an investment point of view, strictly monetarily speaking, it makes more sense to maybe invest in the whiteboard picket sign, and then, get some nice markers, and then you can, then you can really go buck wild with your sign. Has that happened? Whiteboard picket sign? All right, so they have like the picnic sign type things. I don't know why they call them that. Like little stand-up deals. Whiteboard. Yeah, they all seem like permanent ones. Nothing that you can really like carry and hold. I guess that would be heavy. It'd probably be heavy, but somebody can fucking make one that's uber thin and get Elon Musk on it. He'll figure it out. Does that dude sleep? I don't think so. He's another one that people seem to be upset about because he's again, he's, maybe he's taken over the Twitter, maybe he's not. I got a buddy who's like got a background in finance, and we were like talking about it. We were like, oh my God, can you believe that Elon Musk, like, he bought Twitter, he controls Twitter? He's like, it didn't happen. He's like, it hasn't happened yet. A deal like that will take months to go through. You gotta, there's gotta be board things and this, and this dude, he knows what the fuck he's talking about. He like used to own his own hedge fund or some shit, and he knows about these things. He was throwing around big words that I don't understand, and it was making me feel small. Which is not a hard thing to do when it comes to anything that's business or really to deal with any kind of real job. I don't know. I don't know what those things are. I don't have those skills. I didn't go to school for that. I took an accounting class one time in high school, and my teacher was a madman, and he threw a book at my head. That's a true story. Have I talked about that on the podcast? I had there was an accounting teacher, and he was also the lacrosse coach, and, he was just, oh, God, I don't know how he was the coach. He was just a big, rotund, fat sack of shit. But he also taught accounting, and I remember I went up to the front of the class to ask him a question, and like I gave him the book. I'm like, I don't get this part of the thing, and I don't think he meant to drill me, but like I think I was looking down at something, and he like tossed the book back at me, and it just like rocked me right in the face. And this, like, even if he wasn't meaning to drill me, this is not a book that you just toss, okay? This is like it was like a math, like those math fucking textbooks that's just like an encyclopedia, It was a thick bound book. I think I got nailed with a corner too. And I just like, boom, snapped my head back, and I just had to fucking eat it. I really wanted to cry. I mean, I felt the tears welling up, and I just fucking, slinkied on back to my seat. This guy was a fucking asshole, man. We took a class trip to Hershey Park. In high school, you always take these trips, and they somehow try to weave it into an education. It never is. Then we can go to Hershey Park and calculate the finances and see how many, Hershey Kisses they make and how the cost, basis, whatever thing works in there. I don't know. We just wanted to go to a fucking park, so everybody pays some overpriced ticket, so the school makes a little bit of coin and they can rent a shitty bus and take 30 kids there and get them a fucking, Dippin' Dots. So we did that, and they fucking left me. I had to have talked about this before. They left me at Hershey Park. Almost. They almost did. It was the end of the day. We're all supposed to meet up by the bumper cars. Everyone meets up by the bumper cars. We're still waiting on everybody. It's taken for fucking ever. And I turn around, and there's a soft pretzel truck. I'm like, great. I want a soft pretzel. Went over there, and I bought one, and then the lady was giving me my change, and then the receipt was printing. She's like, you need to sign the receipt. We need a signed thing from the receipt. I'm like, okay, I gotta go. But the receipt paper thing was like jammed, and they needed more paper. So like an idiot, I fucking waited there for someone to like bring more receipt paper in so she could print this thing so I could sign it. That's how like non-confrontational, like just innocent, I don't want to upset anybody I was back then. I waited in the fucking heat, in the sun, with my probably at that time balding head, waited for this woman to refill the receipt paper so I could sign it. If that happened today, I'd be like, hey, I gotta go. I'm not fucking missing my bus to sign a receipt. Hey, I'm not going to challenge you on this purchase, okay, for this $4 pretzel or whatever the hell it was. So I'm just standing, I'm like facing the cart, and my back is towards the rest of the group. And I didn't realize this, but the group had all met up, and then they left. They walked back to the bus, and so I turn around, everybody's fucking gone, and then I get a call on my cell phone from the sad sack of shit, lacrosse accounting teacher, and he was like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm by the bumper cars. And he's like, you got 30 seconds to get to the bus or we're leaving you behind. He literally said that. He literally was like, you have a minute or we will leave you at this park in Hershey, Pennsylvania. And I'm fucking I just start sprinting. I took like 2 bites of the pretzel, ended up throwing it away, so upset. And then I got to the bus and he had a look. And I forget what he said, but I remember he said something that I just had no comeback to. There's so many moments like in my past and in high school where you look back, you're like, God, I wish I was more witty back then. I wish I was like quicker. I wish I was as quick as I am now, where like if somebody says something to me, I wish I had the balls and the confidence to just like talk back to them, But you're so worried about getting in trouble. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to go to the principal's office. Oh, no. Who gives a shit? I envy those kids that were kind of just like losers that skated by, and then, because, listen, maybe they only went to a community college, or maybe they went to like a trade school or something, and maybe they, like I got a buddy who was kind of a troublemaker all throughout high school, and, it took him a while to get his shit together. He didn't immediately go to a 4-year college and get a 4-year degree and spend $100,000 on a fucking degree. No, but the kid has like some skills, he didn't have the opportunity to go to those colleges, so he just like learned how to do shit. And now he's great. He's killing it. But I feel like everybody else that they go to a college and then they don't even end up using the degree that they got in the first place. You know what I mean? So it's like, what was really all that work in high school for? What did it all amount to? Probably nothing, I feel like when you know. If school's not for you, it's not for you, My older brother, school was not for him. Hated every second of it. Knew he was going to go into the military, and that was that. And if it wasn't for, family pressure, he probably would never graduated. And that's okay. No one asks for these diplomas. I don't even know where my high school diploma is or if it's even still in existence. Maybe it's been crushed and thrown away and it's in the ocean now. I don't know. Same thing with my college degree. I've never even seen it. I remember taking it from the guy. I probably asked my mother to hold it while I took a picture, and then I never saw it again. No one's ever asked me for it. No one's ever, needed proof. I've probably written it down that I have said degree, but again, no one's ever asked for it. It's 4 years of my life down the old drain. Hold on. Anyway, yeah, it's like, but again, I wish I had the balls to just like fucking stand up for yourself. If we're talking about life skills, what is really more important? How to solve for X or how to tell somebody no? How to tell somebody, you know what? How about you go fuck yourself? You know what I mean? Which are you going to use more in life? I feel like the troublemaker kid, they learned earlier how to just do whatever they want. Go after what you want. They're sitting in class and like, all right, everybody, open up your textbooks to page 347, and we're gonna review. And he was like, I don't want to do that. I feel it in my gut that I don't want to do that, and so I'm not going to. Bobby, would you please join the rest of the class and open up your... Yes, Miss Schlesinger. I don't want to. I'm not gonna do that. Bobby, please, if you would join the rest of the class and open up your textbook. You know what? How about you go fuck yourself? Okay, to the principal's office right now. And then he got sent down there and just had to explain himself. And, maybe he got suspended for a few days, but, like, does a suspension really mean anything? Does it go on your fucking personal record? No. Looking back, man, I wish I got suspended more often. I wish. The only thing I've ever gotten is, like, a detention. I got detention in middle school for something. I don't know what it was, but I just remember being in the detention. I was like sitting in a chair outside of an office of like one of the administrators. And I just remember sitting in the chair and there's like a wall behind me. And I was just banging my head against the wall. Not hard, but like enough to make an annoying tap. And she just kept coming outside and be like, would you stop? Would you stop with the tapping? Are we done here? Are we done here? I hated how, like, you could tell that the teachers, like, enjoyed they enjoyed the power. They enjoyed the power that they held over the students, And, yeah, it's just so much, like, I went back to my high school one time. I forget what for. I think my younger brother was, he was going there at the time, and I went back maybe to pick him up or something. And, I popped in to see some teachers, and then I popped into, like, the administration office and everything. And that sad sack of shit lacrosse coach was now, like, he was an administrator. And I popped in, and one of the first things he said, he's like, you look like every kid who just moved here. Or, no, he's like, you look like every kid who just moved to New York. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but I think I said something. I was like, well, at least I moved out, You're still here. You're still tugging away at this. Good for you. Good for you. How's the lacrosse going? Or just, I forget what I said, but it was something, and he was bigger, and it made me happy, okay? I'll say it. I'll just say that. Yeah. Most people let themselves go. Can we all agree on that? I think that's one of the real successes in life, is just not letting yourself go. It's just keeping it fucking together, And maybe it's because I'm in an industry where, looks somewhat matter, but also, no. It feels better to be in shape. Sorry, it does. I know love is love and big is beautiful and blah, blah, blah. It feels better to be in shape. It feels nice to be able to walk up a set of steps and not feel your fucking heart going. You know what I mean? That's just better. And some people just never know what that is, and I get it's very hard to lose weight. It's extremely hard to lose weight. I ate 3 Klondike bars last night. I get it. I'm with you. But it's possible, and it just feels better. And some people never even take the first step on that journey, like this fat lacrosse coach. And it's so, like, looking back, how many athletic coaches there were that were just fat sacks of shit and out of shape. How did anybody listen to you? You know what, Johnson? Do a lap around the field. Hey, coach, how about you join me? If you can. If you can. I can see you sweating through 3 layers right now. No, go ahead, blow your whistle. I'm running. Oh, my God. Like, that's so funny to me. Like a fat coach teaching, like, discipline and hard work. Meanwhile, he's eating a fucking Choco Taco. Oh, my God. Anyway, I hope he's well. Still dealing with a fucking cough from the flu. What can you do? I got to piss like a racehorse. Let's wrap this thing up with a neat and tidy bow, shall we? This Wednesday, we got a Yard Bar comedy show. It's gonna be a good one. We got Ian Finance. He's been on, Comedy Central. Maddie Smith from MTV's Wild and Out. She's on there doing crazy things. We got Steven Rogers, the great Steven Rogers from, he's been on Colbert. Just put a special out on YouTube called Before He Was Super. Check that out. Very funny. Just a super funny and overall just nice dude, Yeah, it's gonna be a good show. And then a couple other, buddies on there, Ted and myself, as always, holding down the fort. But yeah, come on out. It's gonna be a good time, Unless you got something else to do, then don't. I'm going to Myrtle Beach at the end of this month. That should be fun. I'm going for a comedy festival. But also just a nice, even if nothing happens with the festival and I don't advance, it's still a couple days in Myrtle Beach, a couple blocks from the beach. I got myself a nice little Airbnb. Was going to go with the hotel, but it's more expensive. Well, you could have gotten a hotel further away and paid less money. Yeah, but then I just got a fucking Uber. So it ends up being the same fucking money anyway. So I'm excited. I'm excited about that. I got some things to look forward to, Going to Chattanooga this summer. Got some things on the horizon that should be good. That should be a lot of fun. So anyway, that's it. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Half my high school. That was me. I don't know why. It's not weird to be. I'm fucking almost 29. It's not weird to be a mom at my age. But that's the sickness. Up here, it still feels like, whoa, you're pregnant? Damn. How'd that happen? Anyway. Yeah, happy Mother's Day. Everybody call your mother. I gotta go call mine. She's been texting me. I should have called first before I did this, but I just needed to knock it out of the way, and would have called earlier, but I was sleeping. I was out late. I had some katsu chicken last night that was just the tits. I mean, it was so good. We were in like this it's like Korean Row or whatever in Midtown on 32nd Street, and just found this hole in the wall place. You had to like walk up these creepy stairs, 3 floors, and then there was like this little small modest restaurant, and took a chance on some katsu chicken and truffle fries. It was so fucking good. So good. And then we had soju, which is like rice liqueur. Not great, but it was fun, It's like 13% alcohol, super sweet, and it comes in a little bottle, looks like a beer, and you pour it into shots and you sip on it. How fun is that? You know? The Koreans, I'll tell you. Anyway, that's the podcast for this week. Yeah, Your Bar Comedy Show. Come on, check that out. Like, share, subscribe, all the good things. And I will see ya next week. Thanks so much.